All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we are taking a deeper look into Amazon's third quarter 2024 earnings announcement.
Yeah, we've got a ton to unpack here.
We do.
The official press release, their detailed financials, even their investor presentation slides.
A real treasure trove. So what's the big news here?
Well, first off, Amazon's total sales are up a significant 11% year over year, hitting a massive $158.9 billion this quarter.
Wow,
Yeah, and that's actually more than most analysts predicted.
11% in this economy. That's not just growth. That's big.
Defying gravity.
It really is. What's behind those impressive numbers?
Well, what's really fascinating is this consistent growth suggests that Amazon's strategy of diversifying their revenue streams is really paying off. Even with economic uncertainty, they're finding ways to thrive.
Okay, so they're growing, but are they growing profitably? That's the real question, right?
Absolutely, and that's where the wow factor really kicks in.
Okay.
Their operating income surged to $17.4 billion.
Wow,
We're talking a jump of over 50% compared to last year.
50%. Where's that kind of jump coming from?
Well, this suggests they've become masters of efficiency.
Hmm.
They're streamlining their operations, squeezing more profit from each dollar.
Uh-huh.
And for investors, that's a sign of a company really shifting gears from a growth at all costs mindset to one focused on long-term sustainable profitability.
So it's not just about getting bigger, it's about getting better.
Exactly.
All right, we've got the big picture, but Amazon is a sprawling empire.
It is.
Let's break it down, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay, so they report their performance in three core segments: North America, International, and AWS, their cloud computing powerhouse.
That's right.
Starting with their home turf, North America, how are things looking there?
Well, North America delivered solid growth with sales up 9%.
Oh.
It just shows they're maintaining a strong hold on their core market.
Steady as she goes. What about internationally? Any surprises there?
Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. They
Ah.
posted a very impressive 12% growth in their international segment.
12%?
Yeah.
That's huge. What's fueling that kind of expansion?
It seems their global strategy is really hitting its stride. They're tapping into new markets and reaching new customers, but the real star this quarter is AWS.
Their cloud computing arm.
Yes.
Yes, AWS. It feels like we hear about them everywhere these days.
And for good reason.
Yeah?
AWS saw a 19% surge in sales this quarter.
Wow.
This powerhouse just keeps on growing.
So AWS is playing a pretty significant role in Amazon's overall success.
Absolutely. AWS is becoming the backbone of the digital world. And their dominance in cloud computing is a major driver of Amazon's overall profitability.
So think about it.
Businesses of all sizes are relying on their cloud services.
Yeah.
From startups to global enterprises, it's a massive market, and Amazon is leading the pack.
And it seems like they're not slowing down anytime soon.
You're right. Their continuous investment in new AI-powered features within AWS suggests they're only just scratching the surface of its potential.
Speaking of things with huge potential, there's one area that often gets overshadowed by the retail and cloud giants, Amazon's advertising business.
Right.
But from what I saw in the reports, it's becoming a force to be reckoned with.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It brought in a whopping $14.3 billion this quarter.
Really?
That's a 19% jump year over year.
19% again. It's like a broken record of success this quarter. But what does that growth mean for the bigger picture?
Well, it puts Amazon in direct competition with the titans of digital advertising,
Oh.
Alphabet, which is Google's parent company,
Right.
and Meta, formerly known as Facebook.
So Amazon is shaking things up in the digital advertising world.
That's exactly what we're seeing.
Wow.
And to put it into perspective, Amazon's advertising revenue growth actually matched Meta's growth this quarter. So
Mhm.
this hints at a potential power shift in the industry.
Interesting. What's giving Amazon an edge in this competitive landscape?
Well, Amazon has something those other companies don't.
Okay.
A wealth of data on consumer behavior and purchasing patterns.
Right.
They know what people are buying, what they're looking for, and how they make purchasing decisions.
Yeah.
That's incredibly valuable information for advertisers.
It's like they're not just selling products, they're selling insights.
Yeah, you got it.
Now, shifting gears a bit,
Sure.
let's talk about a metric that's crucial for long-term investors: free cash flow. Can you break that down for us?
Of course. Free cash flow is essentially the cash a company has left over after covering its essential operating expenses and capital expenditures.
Okay.
So think of it as the fuel for future growth.
Got it.
For things like acquisitions, research and development, or returning value to shareholders.
So the more free cash flow, the better.
Generally speaking, yes, and Amazon is overflowing with it.
Oh, wow.
Their free cash flow has more than doubled in the past year, reaching a staggering $47.7 billion. That's financial firepower.
Doubled. So they're sitting on a mountain of cash.
They are.
But impressive numbers are just part of the story. What strategic moves are driving this success?
Well, the press release highlighted a few key areas.
Okay.
First, they had record-breaking Prime Big Deal days.
Right.
So it's clear they're not just surviving in the e-commerce world, they're thriving.
So even with competition from other retailers, Amazon is still king of the online shopping jungle.
Absolutely, and they're constantly finding innovative ways to keep Prime members engaged.
Right.
Like the new fuel savings offer they introduced.
That's a great example of how they're leveraging their massive ecosystem.
It is.
They're offering benefits that go beyond just shopping,
Right.
which is smart. Anything else stand out to you?
Well, their expansion into healthcare with the growth of Amazon Pharmacy same-day delivery is another strategic win. They're tapping into a massive market with huge potential.
It's like they're playing a giant game of chess, thinking several moves ahead.
If we connect these moves to the bigger picture, we see Amazon leveraging its vast ecosystem and a deep understanding of customer data. They're creating an unparalleled customer experience, driving loyalty and fueling continued growth. It's a powerful strategy.
All right, so we've covered the impressive headline numbers, the strength of their different segments, the booming advertising business, and their mountain of free cash flow. What's next? Where do we go from here?
Let's shift our focus to Amazon's projections for the fourth quarter.
Okay.
They're anticipating continued growth with net sales expected to be between $181.5 billion and $188.5 billion.
So they're optimistic about the holiday season.
They are, but it's important to remember that there are always potential headwinds on the horizon.
Like what?
Well, inflation,
Right.
ongoing supply chain disruptions,
Yeah.
and increased competition could all impact their performance.
So even a giant like Amazon isn't immune to macroeconomic trends.
No company is an island.
Right.
And we can't forget about the competitive landscape. Other big players like Walmart and Target are upping their e-commerce game.
So Amazon can't afford to rest on its laurels.
Nope.
They need to keep innovating.
Absolutely. They need to keep finding ways to stand out and differentiate themselves. Their investment in new AI-powered features is a big part of that strategy.
Can you give us some concrete examples of how they're using AI to enhance the customer experience?
Well, they've got Rufus, the AI shopping assistant,
Yeah.
and those new AI-powered shopping guides.
Yeah.
They're also using AI to personalize recommendations, make product searches more intuitive, and even help sellers manage their inventory more efficiently.
It's like they're weaving AI into every aspect of the shopping experience.
And this raises an important question.
Okay.
How will this AI integration shape the future of retail?
Right.
Will it make shopping more efficient, more personalized, maybe even more fun?
Or could it lead to unintended consequences?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Concerns about data privacy or AI algorithms influencing our buying decisions in ways we don't fully understand.
Those are all valid concerns.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more sophisticated, we'll need to have these conversations. But one thing's for sure, Amazon is betting big on AI, and they're likely to influence how this technology is used in retail for years to come.
Well, this has been a truly insightful dive into the world of Amazon, but we're just getting started.
We are.
There's so much more to explore, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
Because in the next part, we'll dig even deeper into some of the nuances and hidden gems within these earnings reports.
Yeah, we'll uncover the strategies behind their success and explore the potential challenges that lie ahead.
It's going to be good.
It is. You know, one thing that really stood out to me was how Amazon emphasized their commitment to sustainability in the press release.
Right. They talked about phasing out those plastic air pillows from their packaging and using more recycled materials.
Yeah, and it's subtle, but it's a smart move.
It is.
Consumers are becoming more and more conscious of a company's environmental impact.
Right.
By highlighting their sustainability efforts, Amazon is showing that they're aligning with those values.
It's good business sense, too.
It is.
Being eco-friendly can attract customers and potentially reduce costs in the long run.
Exactly. And it speaks to a larger trend we're seeing.
Uh-huh.
Businesses are integrating sustainability into their core operations. It's not just a marketing gimmick anymore.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of positives, but are there any areas of concern? What potential challenges is Amazon facing?
Well, their guidance for the fourth quarter suggests they're optimistic,
Right.
but there are always external factors to consider. The global economy is facing some uncertainty,
Yeah.
and that could impact consumer spending.
So even a giant like Amazon isn't immune to macroeconomic trends.
No company is an island.
True.
And we can't forget about the competitive landscape.
Right.
Other big players like Walmart and Target are upping their e-commerce game.
So Amazon can't afford to rest on its laurels.
Yeah,
They need to keep innovating.
absolutely. They need to keep finding ways to stand out and differentiate themselves. Their investment in new AI-powered features is a big part of that strategy.
Can you give us some concrete examples of how they're using AI to enhance the customer experience?
Well, they've got Rufus, the AI shopping assistant,
Right.
and those new AI-powered shopping guides.
Yeah.
They're also using AI to personalize recommendations, make product searches more intuitive, and even help sellers manage their inventory more efficiently.
It's like they're weaving AI into every aspect of the shopping experience.
And this raises an important question.
What's that?
How will this AI integration shape the future of retail?
Right.
Will it make shopping more efficient, more personalized, maybe even more fun?
Or could it create new challenges?
Right.
Like those concerns about data privacy we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Or maybe even AI algorithms influencing our buying decisions in ways we don't fully grasp.
Those are all valid concerns. As AI becomes more prevalent in our lives, we need to be aware of both its potential benefits and its potential pitfalls.
Yeah.
But one thing is clear, Amazon is going all in on AI.
Uh-huh.
And they're likely to shape how this technology is used in retail for years to come.
Now, another detail that caught my eye
Okay.
was the mention of their delivery service partner program.
Right.
They're investing $2.1 billion
Wow.
into safety programs, training, and incentives for their drivers.
That's a strategic move that often gets overlooked.
It is.
As they continue to grow their delivery network, it's critical to prioritize the well-being and satisfaction of their drivers.
Right?
It's both ethical and good for business.
It makes sense. Happy drivers, happy customers.
Exactly. And it also helps protect their reputation.
Uh-huh.
In today's world, consumers are more likely to support companies that demonstrate social responsibility.
So it seems like Amazon is taking a holistic approach to their business. They're focused on growth and profitability, but also on sustainability and the well-being of their employees and partners.
That's a good summary of their current strategy.
Yeah.
They're building a business that's not just successful, but also ethical and sustainable. It's an ambitious goal.
Let's not forget about their entertainment ambitions.
Oh, right.
The press release highlighted the success of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power,
Yeah.
and their record-breaking NFL viewership numbers.
You're right. They're making a serious play in the streaming wars.
They are.
And they're using a combination of original content and live sports to attract subscribers. A proven strategy.
It seems like they're leveraging their Prime membership to their advantage,
Yeah.
bundling streaming, free shipping, and other perks into one attractive package.
It's a smart way to create a loyal customer base.
Right.
And make it harder for competitors to steal those customers away.
Yeah.
It's like a flywheel effect. The more benefits they offer,
Uh-huh.
the more people sign up for Prime, which in turn gives them more data and resources to create even better offerings.
From retail to cloud computing to advertising to streaming, Amazon seems to have their fingers in every pie.
They do, and that's one of the things that makes them so fascinating to analyze. They're a complex and multifaceted company, always pushing boundaries and experimenting with new ideas.
It's like they're never content with the status quo. They're always looking for the next big thing.
And that makes them incredibly difficult to predict,
Right?
but also incredibly exciting to follow.
I have a feeling we'll be talking about Amazon for many years to come.
I have no doubt their impact on the global economy and our daily lives is only going to grow.
Well, this has been a truly insightful deep dive, but there's still so much more to unpack.
Indeed, we've only just scratched the surface.
You know what else really caught my eye? All this talk about generative AI in their report,
Oh, yeah.
it feels like that's their next big bet.
You're absolutely right. They're weaving AI into practically every corner of their business, from those personalized shopping recommendations you mentioned to boosting seller productivity,
Right.
and even creating advertising visuals.
Like with Rufus, their AI shopping assistant, and those new AI-powered shopping guides.
Exactly. What's fascinating is how Amazon is using AI not just to enhance the customer experience, but to streamline operations and boost efficiency behind the scenes.
So AI is like the connective tissue, tying together all these different parts of the Amazon empire.
That's a great analogy, and this raises a crucial question.
Okay. What is it?
How will this AI integration impact the future of retail? Will it make shopping more efficient, more personalized, maybe even more enjoyable?
Right. Or could it create new challenges,
Hmm.
like those concerns about data privacy we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Or maybe even AI algorithms influencing our buying decisions in ways we don't fully grasp.
Those are all important questions to consider.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more prevalent in our lives, we need to be aware of both its potential benefits and its potential pitfalls.
For sure.
But one thing is clear. Amazon is going all in on AI, and they're likely to shape how this technology is used in retail for years to come.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. From those impressive headline numbers to a deep dive into their different segments, from their strategic moves to the potential challenges they face.
Absolutely.
What are your biggest takeaways from all of this?
For me, it's the sheer scale and scope of Amazon's ambition.
Yeah.
They're not just content with dominating e-commerce, they're pushing into new markets, leveraging their technological prowess to reshape entire industries.
It's like they're playing a long game,
Yeah,
always thinking 5, 10 steps ahead.
exactly. And they're doing it with a relentless focus on the customer experience, data-driven decision-making, and a willingness to embrace innovation, even if it means disrupting their own business model.
It's a bold approach, and it's clearly paying off, but as we've discussed,
Yeah.
it's not all smooth sailing. There are always headwinds, the global economy, competition, evolving regulations.
That's why it's so important to look beyond the surface-level headlines and really try to understand the complexities and the potential pitfalls.
And that's what we've tried to do today, right? Go beyond the hype and provide some real insights into what makes Amazon tick.
Exactly. We've uncovered some of the strategic thinking behind their Q3 performance and explored the factors that will likely shape their future.
And as always, we encourage you, our listeners, to explore the source material for yourselves, form your own opinions, and continue to ask those critical questions.
Absolutely, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow, and that's how we stay ahead of the curve in this ever-changing world.
This has been an incredible deep dive into Amazon's Q3 earnings. It's been a fascinating journey exploring the inner workings of one of the most influential companies on the planet.
It truly has. Thanks for joining us on this exploration.
And until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.